Hello and welcome to another tutorial about Lite. In this tutorial I will explain how to paint something. So to start off, I have loaded up Vast and I have loaded in the Morgan 16 dataset, which you can find in the supplementary package. So now if you want to paint something, we have to switch to paint mode, and you can do that in the toolbar up here in the upper left corner if you click on this little pen icon. And in this pop-up window you can select whether you want to immediately add some colors to paint with or not. So you can add colors later, but we'll just add 16 for this demonstration. So now you have these two windows pop up. One has all the properties for painting and the other one has all the colors that are currently available. Right now we are selecting this red color. You can select any of these. And then if you go on the canvas and you just click and drag, you can paint. Then we can paint in another color if you like, so for example in blue. So one very basic property that I want to explain right up front is that Vast paints always in the MIP level that you are viewing. So right now we are in MIP level 6, which means that the resolution that we are painting is MIP level 6, which is 64 by 64 pixels for each pixel that we paint. And you can see that if you zoom in, you will see that even though the data set that we loaded is a lot finer detailed, the paint that we put down is very coarse, and this is just because we painted at the MIP level that was displayed. You can paint at a lower resolution and then correct that at a higher resolution. So for example, I can demonstrate if you paint here, let's paint in red. So you can refine this edge if you want. And also you can, once you have painted something at a high resolution, then go in low resolution and paint, and it will just change the resolution of that part of your segmentation to whatever MIP level you were viewing. So this helps me to keep the amount of data that is being stored and that has to be processed once you paint to a limited amount. So if you zoom out, you have a limited canvas on which you can paint, and also the resolution is low, so that's very fast. So I can paint very large regions instantly, whereas if you zoom in, now you have a much higher resolution you're painting at, but your your canvas is a lot more limited. So again, you have a limited amount of data that's being painted. And by allowing people to correct that in different MIP levels, you can, for example, start painting something at a very low MIP level, coarsely, and then zoom in and make corrections at a fine MIP level. But this has the caveat that you should be aware that whenever you paint, the resolution that you will get out of your painting is the one that you were viewing at that time. So you should always make sure, for example, if you want to have full resolution painting, that your MIP level is set to 0, which means you have to zoom in until you reach MIP level 0 and then paint. So there's a way of forcing yourself not to use the wrong MIP level, and this is this restrict function over here in the drawing properties. So right now I'm not restricting drawing, but I can set this, for example, to paint only MIP level 0. So if you enable this, and now let's say you paint this blood vessel in blue, and then you zoom out because you were looking around, and now you want to paint again, and it won't let you paint at this time because you're in MIP level 1 and you're restricting yourself to paint only at MIP level 0. So this will remind you to go back to MIP level 0 and then to correct your painting at the right resolution.